mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urbanex where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Urbanex podcast. Thank you guys for joining us here. We're a little late, but we're here. We're your hosts. I'm Malcom. This is the artist formerly known as the Black Dot. We're here with you guys in the building. What's good?
In the building. Glad to be here. Late, whatever. We are in the building.
When you're working in show business, man, when you're doing live shows, live productions, stuff can happen. You know what I mean? Reliable technology can be unreliable. You know what I mean? Human error as well. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Human error, technological error. That's why, you know what I mean? That's why I don't think the world is going all the way to AI yet. You know what I mean? We still need some human error in our lives. You get what I'm saying?
We need human ability to rationalize what the problem is. However, AI would have solved that problem in 42 seconds flat.
You're right. You might be right.
It would have ran through all the possible scenarios. Check this, check that. Did you have that on? You keep that on, bop, bop, boom, done.
You might be right.
Our goofy ass, yo, unplug it, plug it back in. That shit always works, son. Come on, everybody know. You unplug. It's like a reset. It tells the computer, stop backing up. Boom.
Wait 10 seconds and then plug it back. No.
Plug it back. Malcom, I see you with them threads on, son.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Iconic.
That's a one of one. I don't even think that's in the shop, Malcom.
Oh, see.
That camouflage off that tan like that.
Them's the privileges of, of being, the boss. You know what I'm saying? Them
being the boss.
Them's the privileges.
Shout out to my man Dante out in B-More. I hope you are healing well, my brother. I love you, my brother. Oh, somebody got their membership back. Yeah.
Shout out to the people who check their emails this week.
Oh, yeah, listen. Check your email. That's all I can tell you.
That's it.
Please check your email. You see some Urbanex stuff? It's very important. Open it. All right? That's all I can say about that. You know?
All right, so let's get some stuff. Let's get some shout outs. I saw CT in the building, Connecticut. I saw Atlanta in the building.
Okay.
What else we got? I see Memphis in the house. What's good?
Yes.
What's good? Detroit.
Yes.
What's happening? Thank you guys. Louisville in the house. Thank you guys for being here in the building.
Yeah. All right.
So let's get some stuff. Let's get to it.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urbanex.
All right, Black History Month. Jessie Jacson, Reverend Jessie Jacson passes away.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Now I didn't realize he was sick. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if my perception of age and years is thrown off, but 84 years feels like young for him. I don't know. I felt like he was like just way older from what he's just kind of experienced, like, and what he's kind of like implemented into, I would say, our lexicon when it comes to some of these terms like African American, things like that. And I thought he was just way older than he actually was. But he did pass away. And what I saw from the timeline, I was actually pretty impressed with. I didn't see anybody going the other way. People were just kind of acknowledging what his contributions were, especially this month. Like, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like, what are the chances he passes in Black History Month? What say you?
He passed on Huey Newton's birthday, I believe. Michael Jordan's birthday. A few people's birthday is in alignment with this in Black History Month and during a 7 conjunction blah, blah, blah. Shout out to my man Ross Storm, who broke down that it's the Lunar New Year, Ramadan, a solar eclipse. There was about 7 different conjunctions all together. So the energy at this time was right to get him out of here. And so, but he had been sick. One of the last protests I saw, he was in a wheelchair, and Al Sharpton and them were wheeling him along. And so I knew that the time, but it also represents the end of an era. And so everything happens for a reason, and the end of an era of a civil rights movement that we have to now, with a fresh pineal gland, look back at and revisit of its importance, of how far it set us back, how other so-called minorities took advantage and moved themselves to the front of the line under the word, like, civil rights, and how many other organizations benefited from integrating us into a burning house, as Dr. King himself admitted. And so, for those who are still thinking Black Power and I am somebody and African American and all of these terms that have come about, these terms, once accepted, Malcolm, become our reality if we buy into them.
Right.
And so we went from nigger to Negro to, African American, and we've been trying our best collectively since then to define the undefinable, right? I am that I am. And so any title you put on us, I don't give a hell what it is. It's too small to define the most ancient people, right, Malcolm?
Yeah.
The most ancient people that we are. But when you name something, right, you kill it. It's just a matter of how long, because the name gives it form, so to speak, to wrap your collective consciousness around it. And once your collective consciousness is wrapped around it, they can now feed programs into that which define your reality. Now, what the fuck are you talking about, Black Dot? Show just been on 2 minutes, right? Before we name this thing hip hop, I want you to think about this. It just was. We were just out enjoying music, classic music, what became hip hop, break beats, soul records, and we were just out enjoying ourselves, releasing the oppression. Go back to the movie Sinners. While they did theirs in a barn, we did ours in a schoolyard, right? And because the DJ would play a little bit of soca, a little bit of salsa, a little bit of break beats, a little bit of bongos, a little bit of this, a little bit of jazz. It's sort of like that scene where everything was convergent. You following me?
Yeah. You're speaking with the cadence of Jessie Jacson. I just kind of want to.
Yes, because I'm in the mood to give this to you, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Your name, Malcolm. Your father named you Malcolm. Now, Malcolm he should have been a good Negro, but he wasn't. Anyway, right. So once we named it hip hop, the Jaywalkers and them had something to work with, and we've been stuck in that term, without being able to get out. So African American, back to my point, was a term that we embraced because and I'm talking about the masses, because they didn't have any other way to define themselves, right?
Right.
This is the end of that era. We are now revisiting everything about who we are, and the more we dig, the more we find ourselves. Now,
Oh, go
ahead. No, Cook.
I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, Cook.
No, I was gonna say, as you kind of just mentioned, his passing does signify the end of an era, because as you mentioned, as we go back and revisit and revise history a little bit, we kind of go, that didn't really make sense, or that really didn't work for us, and we're starting to see it a lot with other past shows who are doing documentaries, and we're placing ourselves back in that era and going, this wasn't it, but with the limited information that we had, it was the 1960s. Like, there was no real, movements happening to where we can kind of pick up information as fast as we do now.
Right.
It was kind of like the perfect time for him to go.
Yes, and so it's hard.
That sounds crazy, but
to have revisited a revisionist of history and say what you would have and what you could have done when you are in that spot and you're coming out of such a depressive state, to see some individuals sort of take the lead, and this is all by design, because that's social engineering, right?
Yeah. Yep.
They give us our heroes, they give us our enemies. Not only is the civil rights mindset a thing of the past, the reverend who we held in such reverence, you know what I mean, is a thing of the past. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And so it lends to where we are heading, right? Now, with that being said, this nigga's a government informant. Let's just call it what it is. It's been 2-3 days. All due respect.
It's been a day.
Whatever the fuck. It's all due respect. I don't know when people gonna see this shit. They might see this shit by next week. I don't know. Let's call it what it is.
Okay.
Now, his family came out. His son, they gave a press conference about some of the bad things people are saying about their father. And I understand it. But we're going to speak about the same way you receive high praise, the pendulum swings the other way. That's the law of rhythm. You know what I mean? The higher up it go this way, it's going to go the other way. And when those truths are revealed, so study point, start studying the work that Steve Coakley, who probably did the best breakdown on who Jessie Jacson was, what he did, than anybody. I was actually in the room for some of those breakdowns, right? And so by him smearing the blood of Dr. King on him, by him not changing his shirt, by him leaving Memphis when everybody else agreed to stay there and, find out what they're going to do next, his ass got out of Memphis when all the airlines should have been shut down because they looking for the killer, wound up in Chicago with that same fucking shirt on, talking about King told him to take over the movement. Let's go to the balcony shot where the shooters with an S were told that the friendlies would not be wearing ties. Let's talk about who switched Dr. King's room, who called him out on the balcony in the first place. Let's get into all the, right? So you can't just have your cake. We have to address, and that's what's important about this time, right? If you pass during this time, you have to go through a full gauntlet of who you were. Now, that doesn't mean through the Rainbow Coalition. How ironic the shit is called Rainbow. Anyway, the Rainbow Coalition and his organizations that they haven't helped individuals. I am not saying that in any capacity, but you were no angel, sir. And you helped further integrate us into a burning building with your language and your behavior. So rest in peace, Jessie Jacson.
Jesus. I didn't think he was going there.
Well, I mean, I just got to keep it a bean.
No,
I'm not into making fake heroes and all of that shit. You know.
What I would say is, especially him specifically, I cannot. When I see him, I only think about him in the bloody shirt and keeping that on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think about now. And if you are, keeping up with stuff now, I kind of think of Erica Kirk and, the way she's kind of paraded and, said we're going to take over his, Charlie Kirk's movement, things like that. That's just kind of what I've immediately thought about, to be honest with you.
And Ralph Abernathy's book, I haven't read it, but I heard he really gives it up about King didn't trust this dude after a while. Yeah. And he was one of them fraternity dudes.
They all were. They all were. On that,
yeah, they all are. They all are. They all were Masons and all that kind of shit. And, they dealt in the boule aspect of things. We got to wash our hands of all of that. Side note, Tariq Nasheed dropped the trailer for Hidden Colors 6. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
Okay, very good trailer about a period in time, of course, FBA and the resistance, the continued resistance that we have, put ourselves in to fight for our true identity back. And so if you want to know about the unknown, you study the known. Most of his Hidden Colors joints are fire. And so I expect nothing less than this one. So shout out Tariq on that.
I'll check it out.
Yep, absolutely.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urbanex.
The other day, I want to talk about this this Vlad tweet. The other day, Vlad tweeted out, I thought it was pretty obvious he was being sarcastic.
I did too.
Let me see if I can read. It was about Tory Lanez. It's about Tory Lanez, Rock Nation, their situation, how to handle the Megan situation, and things like that. Jay-Z, and it was a long tweet. He said Jay-Z paid off the judges. It seemed sarcastic to me. And then I started seeing videos about it on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. Like, yo, look what he did, but like, look what Vlad put out. And then Vlad said, he goes, yo, I just put this out here just so you can see how fast kind of misinformation and information kind of takes on a life of its own, right? And as much as I do not like Vlad, as much as I feel how I feel about him, he made a point. Like how quick people just kind of took that. And that also shows the reading comprehension and just comprehension in general is lacking in now just with the adults, because the fact that everybody read that and said, oh, this is serious, and ran with it and created 3 or 4 videos based off it. See, I told y'all Tory getting out And then even that that press conference with the lawyer or the security guard, that's not even Tory Lanez's bodyguard. That's Kelsey's bodyguard, who from a conversation that he overheard. And that video came out like 6 months ago, I believe. Like that's an old video, and it got re-entered onto the timeline again. So people took that as real, and then the tweet, and then they could, combining information and then not seeing what is what, and that's how fast we can get thrown for a loop. And I just thought it was a clear example. But go ahead.
Yeah. However, who's to say Jay-Z didn't put him up to that shit? Who the fuck is Vlad to interfere in sensitive matters of that nature? Right?
As far as what? So
Go ahead.
This is what was happening on the timeline. He was going back and forth with people, and he said, I can tweet anything out and everybody would just believe it. And he did it. We got the tweet. That's all we got. And then people decided to run with it. So, again, I agree with you when it comes to Vlad, because he thinks he's smarter than people.
Yes.
And he thinks he just knows everything, all the insights. And he's a government informant. We understand that. But in this situation, I think the point was proven by how fast people, without context, without just kind of understanding nuance when it comes to just sarcasm, when people are just put out information, taking again a video that was old, that press conference.
Yes,
I saw a few people share it. I'm like, yeah, I know I saw this already. I know this is not new information. And I had to look it up for myself, and I'm like, this was 7 months ago. Like this was old. And he showed he showed how to manipulate a media. That's what he did.
Yes.
However, I get what you're saying as well. I get what you're saying, because how could Jay-Z could have put him up to that? I don't think so. I don't think that's just my opinion. But go ahead.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make, and continue what I'm saying is, you can't have it both ways. Jay-Z is in a very tough spot right now. The media and everything is starting to turn against him and Beyonce. Now watch this. When the pendulum was swinging this way, and you were telling people you own the Barclay, you own the Nets and all that shit, nobody came out and said, slow down. That's not true. He was riding the wave of prosperity when it was showing him in the highest and greatest light. But remember, when the pendulum swings 18 stories high this way, it's going to swing 18 stories high the other way. Is simply a matter of time. Now this nigga, he's trying to put the brakes on, because remember, Jay-Z's PR team ain't stupid. So they're putting out stories every day to try to slow the shit down, because when people think they know something, whether it's positive or negative, they run with it. So what Vlad did was, he peeped the pendulum swinging this way. He threw some shit in there to accelerate the process to swing it fully that way. But in doing so, people were holding on to wrong information, and he used that to make a point. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay.
Jay-Z is in trouble. Beyonce is in trouble. Jay-Z got the best PR team in the world. So 90% of these stories about, see, he wasn't in the Epstein files, they proved them wrong. Who's to say any of this shit is real? It's all social media, right? Yep. Who's to say Vlad didn't seek an opportunity, or, something came his way to prove a point that Jay-Z he's just a victim of social media, man. That's what, Him and Beyonce, they victims. But they weren't victims when they were using his name to open up and gentrify communities and all that other shit, selling them cheap ass grapes for $500 a fucking bottle. No, that pendulum can swing all the way. Don't stop the media from telling the truth. This nigga owed half of 1% of the fucking Barclays Center. But you wouldn't know that by media press, would you? You would think this nigga was on the executive board, right?
Well,
and
yeah.
now, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, continue.
Jay-Z's PR team is an actual PR team, but it is also the hopes and dreams of young black people around the country. That's
right.
That's what that is. Because anytime something comes out about him, people go, I can't believe you just want to see a black man
man fail.
And that's usually the first reaction that I heard somebody flat straight face tell me that Jay-Z is the most successful black American ever. Because he came from being a crack dealer and he is now a billionaire, and nobody else has had that sort of story, right? And blew my mind, like, because you can pick out people who were like literal like slaves, like Andy Malone and stuff like that, who became a multi-millionaire, and the first African American one. You get what I'm saying? You could point out people like Frederick Douglass. You could point these people out, but because our hopes and dreams are tied to Jay-Z or what he has done, that does the PR, right? And again, we've spoken about this on this show. He spent the last 15 years quietly cleaning up his reputation.
Yes.
In a way that Diddy did not.
Yes.
Right? So now anything that comes out about about Jay-Z, we can easily go, like, he wouldn't, like, that. Just like, I'll give you an example. You talked about this last week. Just like you can implant your thoughts back and create that reality this way, right? So when you hear about Jay-Z being like a womanizer and stuff like that, you are thinking of Jay-Z being married to Beyonce back then, when that was not the case. When he absolutely, like, big pimping that exists. You know what I'm saying? That whole era exists. Girls, that exists. But we implant our thoughts of what we see now back then, and he is able to ride that. So he 1,000% benefits from the PR. But as you said, it is slowly, like, whispering, going the other way. So this thing with Vlad, I'm trying to bring it back. This thing with Vlad, he is absolutely an opportunist. So he absolutely wanted to get his name out there as well, because even Vlad's whole platform is dying a very, very slow death, because nobody just sits and watches him interview the same 4 people anymore, right? So he needed to throw something in the algorithm, and it did. It worked. And again, that proved my point again, like proved his point again. It worked. He was able to manipulate everybody. So we are seeing that whole situation from a few different layers. Like, okay, he showed how misinformation can work, but then he also, in a weird way, got people off of Jay-Z's back.
Right.
In
an indirect way.
Yeah.
He validated, for those who suffer from confirmation bias, that Jay-Z, they're just trying to attack Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Right? What Jay-Z is not going to benefit from is the way in the past these moguls were able to write their own negative, the positive shit over all the negative shit. Rockefellers, Ford Foundation, all of these organizations have muddy past. But we're in a phase now where social media makes everybody not only a detective, but everyone at their fingertips has more information than ever before. So if this was 50 years ago and he was writing his own narrative, we would forget the big pimping. We would forget all of that, and we would see him as somebody who pulled himself up from the bootstraps. And I keep telling you, you cannot be a drug dealer and say you pulled yourself up from your bootstraps because drugs kill everything around you, right? That's dream. Damn, drugs. No, I was grand.
Look
Trying
at you.
to do,
Look at you.
you know,
Yeah.
right? So, what I'm trying to say is, if you were the drug dealer that you said you were, that literally means you sacrificed your people to even put you in a position to flip your money and go legit. That's not what the mob did. They came in other people's community, fucked them over, and then went into legitimate business. So you're not a hero to me in that sense. Now, with that being said, when you're talking to 85% of a population whose religion is poverty, right? So God, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard for them to wrap their heads around anything else but selling drugs.
Yeah.
Right? So for them, because remember, everything you say is a frequency, right?
Right.
This is why conscious rappers after the 80s couldn't do well, because everything had sunken so low. Well, we were root chakra and in survival mode. Nobody want to hear that shit you talking about positivity. I want to hear how to get this money. I want to hear how to knock these shorties down. And so when your music amplifies that message, you become more popular than somebody saying, I think we can do better. Right? He took advantage, not just him, a lot of them during that era where our people had sunken so low and they needed messages, not necessarily positive messages, they just needed messages, right? He took advantage of that. This is why the drug dealer is a hero in the urban community, just like the mailman. He's a part of the ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
So, but in this day and time, we still talking the same conversation. The social media aspect is a gift and a curse. You can manipulate people to believe something, but those who are not going for it, they got the information that they need to go, all that shit's a lie.
Yeah.
Shit's a goddamn lie.
Yeah.
Right? And so now when Jay-Z and Beyonce show up places, people are like, okay, why do y'all need all of this fanfare when we're over it?
Yeah.
And we're getting over it. And Vlad, a fucking pilgrim, just took advantage of a very sensitive subject. That's what I'm trying to say. He inserted himself in what is sensitive for us in the black community. Because you got people who ride with Jay-Z because he made it out the hood. And then you got others that's going, yeah, but he was selling drugs and talking all that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's a conversation for us, not him. That's all.
Okay.
All right.
You're listening to the sounds of Urbanex.
So out of 3 million pages that were released from the Epstein files, there was one arrest. One arrest from Prince, the former Prince Andrew. Mm-hmm. I want to read the statement from the Crown or Prince Charles. Let me see if I can find it up for you guys. All right, ready? It said, I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, that's his new name, he's not Prince Andrew anymore, and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated in an appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on the matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. Charles. And this is from the royal
From the royal family?
It says a statement from His Majesty the King. I thought I was reading a Game of Thrones.
Statement
What the
from
hell?
the Majesty
Oh,
on
what
the
the hell?
doings
Yeah.
of formerly known as Prince Andrew, who was sleeping with children and eating babies. We, the royal court, will not permit such behavior. Off
So he
with his
was-
head. Off with his head.
So
You know?
he was released after 12 hours.
Of
But
course he was.
I was shocked. Remember, they already kind of like not exiled him, like he's not a prince anymore because of his ties to Epstein. That was already a thing.
And isn't that the one where they was going by the royal palace and somebody was hanging out the window butt ass naked, trying to
somebody
escape some shit?
Escape, yeah.
Wasn't that him involved with that shit?
I don't know for sure if it was him because they kind of that whole situation they're trying to like rub that from the internet, if that makes sense. Like you didn't see that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
you mean you
yeah.
can rub things out of the internet? So the internet is not all that it says it is. It is there to curve realities. I want y'all to buckle up your seats. We're going to talk about some shit tonight. Okay. Now, this is Fall Guy number 1. They may pick one from America, 2 from over here, some oligarchs over here that are finished, and they'll roll them all out and say, here is your problem. Right? This is not the problem.
Yeah.
This is a problem. Right? Lex
It's
Ward,
gonna
the
be-
one who owns
it's gonna
Victoria's
be-
Secret, I get his name wrong, he's
Yeah,
up
yeah.
next. Right?
It's gonna be quote powerful people that don't do anything. If like Prince Charles, what is he doing?
Nothing.
As far as what business does he own? That if he goes down, the whole he doesn't. It's gonna be a bunch of people like that to where as people we'll feel good. We'll feel like something is being done. We'll feel like they're listening to us, and they feel like they want just to be anybody of real consequence. That's what you're gonna see, in my opinion.
No, I agree. And then there are going to be those who can't be touched. Me and Malcolm just did another urban exclusive. And it's called We Not Like Them.
This one was like when you watch it, just watch through the whole thing. It's an hour long. This one was tough to kind of like really speak about, because some of the things that we were talking about are just like, God damn, like, and you'll see, and again, if you do feel that way, you should feel that way. You'll see why, and you'll see why we titled it that way. It's really, really amazing conversation. It'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, here's the thing. Because a lot of people ask, well, how come our people go to jail and their people don't? Because their people didn't break any laws. I want that to marinate with your head. Remember, you, the Goyim, and the Gentile, these same individuals wrote these laws for your ass. They are above those laws because they are the jaywalkers. Follow what I'm telling you. You ever seen a bunch of Hasidics in a prison cell anywhere? No, you haven't. You're looking at this thing wrong. You signed the agreement that said if you run a red light or some shit, you broke a law, even though nobody got hit, right? You signed that shit from birth with these birth certificates, Social Security, this, that, and these agreements that you agreed to. So when you act other than the supreme being that you are, the consequences is you agreed to go to jail for this shit. While we do far worse, but doesn't apply to our law. Right. This is Gentile law. Read the protocols of the elders of Zion. And then you begin to understand how come they keep getting away. They're not getting away. It doesn't apply to them. It applies to you. All right? And from birth, they teach their babies, you are above these people. You can do anything you want with a goyim, a Gentile. You can cut their heads off. You can eat them like meals. You can do anything you want, and there are no consequences. When you are taught that from a baby, your reality wraps around that particular consciousness. When we're taught, better be watch out for these white people. We came from slaves, or we just trying to make it out of here, master. You best not break the law. And then your reality is constructed around those principles. There is no God. Let all that shit go. Okay? You are God and you are the devil. You are the maker, the bringer, all of that shit. You are Santa Claus. You are the bringer of destruction. You are the bringer. It's you. Right? And because they operate within the same construct with a different mindset, and groupthink plays a role in that. Because when we have a whole society of people that says we can't be charged, I ain't never even seen a fucking Hasidic in a goddamn traffic court. What the fuck are we talking about? You know why? Because they operate from a different law than you do. Right? Now, this whole God and the devil thing, it got me thinking, Malcolm. For instance, like for instance, part of their programming, if you do evil things, you going down to hell where you gonna be forever. Well, if you do evil things and the devil is evil, he should be like, yo, what up, my nigga? Welcome, glad you're here. Everything you want, you can fuck, you can rob people, you can kill people. We down with all of that. You down here with us, right? Partying, having a good fucking time. Wouldn't that make sense? Why would you go to hell for doing bad things and now the devil is tormenting you? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Right? You go to heaven. Oh, how the fuck should I act in heaven? Ain't no cookouts going on in heaven. You can't kill God's creations and put them on the grill and have a good, that's God's creations. You better grab some asparagus or some shit. But in hell, boots on the ground, it's a fucking party down there, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? But what did Biggie say? When I die, I want to go to hell because I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard to fucking tell. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to heaven with the goody goodies. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. He said, I want to sleep all day.
Black and white. I like black teams with black hoodies. Yeah.
Hoodies and shit. Yes. I don't want to go to jail. You know, I no sleeping all day, no getting my lick. Right? So remove all of this shit. The way you think is your reality. And one man's beast is another man's heaven. One man's paradise is another man's hell, right? We went in for an hour, and it's a very uncomfortable conversation.
It is.
All right? It's very uncomfortable, but I'm trying to shed light on you got to change your perception so you can see why these individuals, they don't go to jail. And you keep using them as a measuring stick. I hate when black people do that. Well, if they can get away with it, why can't we? When the measuring stick, you should be pointing down. These people are below you. These people are animalistic. These people are not human. Right? You're looking at a physical replication of what your first eye or your third eye pick up as humans. So they take these shapes so they can walk amongst you. But you don't eat babies. You don't have sex with babies. You don't do no gross shit. That ain't even in your nature. However, over the course of time of being in proximity of these beasts, we have picked up some beast-like behaviors, right? And that leads me to Rashonda Williams, I believe her name is, right? The chick from the R. Kelly documentary, the sex tape. Let's just call it what it is.
Yep.
And
Yep.
she said every time Dave Chappelle did his skits on the Dave Chappelle show about peeing on you and this and that, she said it re-traumatized her, right? And it got me to thinking, God damn, we were so busy laughing at the joke of Dave Chappelle being a comedian, we didn't realize that his barrel was aimed at an alleged underage child who he was tormenting on national syndicated television, right? But what brought that environment around for us to go, whoa, Dave Chappelle, we love and respect you. You took that too far. Because we didn't, and we agreed to it because it was funny and we laughed, we continue to allow behaviors as such to come through. I remember a time there was no cursing in our music. In fact, I remember a time that the innuendo was still, innuendo. And then I remember a time when everything came out, and bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, this, that, pop that pussy, bull, it all. And because I told you these people do not retreat. So the jaywalkers who was in charge of the culture kept pushing it along, and we agreed. Now remember, you don't literally have to say, I agree with that behavior. You agree by dancing to them songs, by partying. That's an agreement. Because we agree with such behavior, we also became complicit, and which gave Dave Chappelle the balls to do that. I just want you to think about that for a minute. Let alone those of us in the 80s or early, whenever the fuck it was, 2000, who laid eyes on that tape. But we'll save that for the documentary, the piece me and Malcolm did, because we're gonna get deep into that. All right? And so I just wanted to shed some light on that.
Yep.
Malcolm, let's take a quick commercial break.
Is it time? Jeez. All right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's been 50 minutes. Let's take a quick one, and we'll be back.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, your favorite Pisces angel oracle, and I would like to invite you to celebrate my solar return with me. From now until March 3rd, all of my services are discounted on my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com. My calendar is open for the entire year, so feel free to schedule your services for now or all of your tomorrows. You may also reach me at 786-828-8722. I look forward to connecting with you, wealthy family. And until that time, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.
are back.
We are back. Support Ascending Infinite Goddess all the time with what she has going on in this particular time. I just wanted to remind y'all, this is back in stock. The original. All right? 20, well, Malcolm has you didn't have to do that, Malcolm. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, I put a new cover on it, but it's the original before all of that, before you saw all of that stuff. And shout out to Jaguar for exposing the industry, Cat Williams, everybody who did their job. You know what I mean? But this was over 20 years ago. I put some things in the universe that a lot of people were not ready for. But you can go to DwayneBowser.com, shopurbanex.com. You can pick this up. All right? Wanted to throw that out there. You know we got the 28 for 28 sale going. Mama Dot is dropping the prices rapidly. And last but not least, my man has got a book out. All right? Yogi G has got a new meditation book out, and it's called Unlocking the Power of Meditation for Inner Peace. Unlocking, right? In this time, we're speaking a lot about practicality, getting back to breathing and getting back to what's important. So go to books.by, I'm going to assume Yogi G, and we'll put it in the description because that's what we do. And it's a beautiful book about some of the techniques that can put you back into alignment. Malcolm.
Shout out to the UX90.
Shout out to the UX90.
If you guys have not been members, if you've not joined us for a Sunday morning meetup, I recommend
you don't know what you're missing.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yep.
Right?
So every Sunday, we get it in, we come together, and it's a part of your membership. Take full advantage of that. Yep.
All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urbanex.
So the other night, me and wife, we watched a documentary on Netflix called Reality Check, and it was about the America's Next Top Model series that was, on in, the early 2000s, things like that, Tyra Banks and all these people. And it was just kind of like an expose. So now I remember when this show was on, like I completely remember, like, when this was a big deal. Revisiting a lot of these things that were going on during the show, it was kind of like again, we talked about when going back there with the information you have now, tough, man. And Tyra Banks, along with Diddy, along with other people, and you're seeing it now as well, they have been able to monetize the hopes and dreams of people who just want a better life. Okay?
Yes.
So there were people on that show who participated on that show, people who were winners and said, I got nothing because just for me being on that show put a label on me, put a stigma on me. So, and Tyra herself knew that this was happening, but she did how many damn seasons? She did 24, they call it cycles, 24 cycles of that show. Right? And Diddy did the same thing with the Making a Band series. Like they created an industry where your hopes and dreams fuel this entire thing. We saw this recently with the entrepreneurial, boom that happened in the last 3 to 4 years, right?
Yes.
3 to 4 years where your hopes and dreams of wanting a better life fuels this entire thing, right? So that's just on another level. But on just kind of sticking to Tyra Banks, she was on it, and it was, again, I spoke about Jay Morrison a couple weeks ago. Just scary people that they could just look into a camera and just lie so effortlessly, like, and you're not sure if they believe it. Like, that's how with much conviction they talk. It's just like, yo, is she dead ass? she showed like zero accountability, and I'm watching it and I'm like, is she's doing the show thing in the documentary. Like she has not dropped the character. And it was crazy. Like she had this one black girl who actually she had her get her gap closed, like dental work, and she said we need to close your gap. So she had to sit in a chair and get some permanent work done in her mouth for this show. And then a few seasons later, Tyra with a white girl said, "Let's put a gap in your mouth. Let's give you a gap."
Wow.
It was wild. It was wild. Like it was so crazy. And this is probably, you know, people probably looking at me like, how the hell are you watching this? But I just thought it was really, really interesting. And people are on Tyra's ass right now.
And they should be. But listen,
Yeah.
this is how all industry is structured. I told you guys a year before, 5 years ago, man, a long time ago, pyramid energy, right? Where, and the reason the top of the pyramid is detached is because that's where you will never get. Tyra Banks is sitting in the detached part of the pyramid.
Yeah.
The bottom layers of the pyramid are the dream makers, the dream casters, the big dreamers. And you go up one level and you get an agent. And you go up another level and we bring you out to Hollywood. That's another brick. And we go up another level. And right before you get where Tyra is, that's that dark space. And those are the spaces where the sinister shit happens. You want to cross over because it's a crossover. Now, baseball, same shit. Niggas at the bottom are the ones buying baseball gloves, little 12-year-old kids with a dream. Now remember, the dream energy goes up the pyramid. So the people at the top are eating off all of the energy that comes from the bottom, whether you make it there or not. And then you got baseball camps and this and that, and you got to pay for that, and the parents are traveling, and everyone is eating, but only a chosen few get to cross over into the detached part, which creates a whole nother pyramid. Does it not?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still a pyramid.
Yeah.
And
It
if that
is.
part becomes detached, and then that part becomes detached, and you understand? Basketball, same thing.
Yep.
AAU tournaments, sneakers, sweatbands, agents. It's all the same shit. These people become the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And the gatekeepers are the only ones who eat in reality.
Yep.
A few of you will let a few of you in, but for the most of the times, whether it's Diddy or Tyra Banks or the nigga on the cooking show who humiliates you, whatever it is, the energy is the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Same thing with these gurus and shit. Getting ready to give you a big ass fest of fucking with your dreams. Nigga, you are not gonna pay $250 to come to a seminar and get rich. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Last point, because somebody got on my case about the generational wealth and you just a broke nigga. Check this out.
Somebody said that to you.
They not lying, but, let's. So I don't argue with truth in that sense. I'm a thousandaire, nigga. Yeah. Sometimes not even a multi. You know what I'm saying? However, if I'm in a room, let me walk it down to where slow people can get it. If I'm in a room with a bunch of millionaires and I introduce the concept of generational wealth to them, that makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it, Malcolm? Yeah. I got all this money already. Now I'm ready to move to generate. If you in a room with broke niggas who don't have, wait for it, wealth, how the fuck are you introducing a term called generational wealth? Is that not putting the cart in front of the horse. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my goddamn mind. So you mean I have nothing?
Yeah.
I had to scrape up to $250 to get here. I had to buy a hotel room, rent a car. I got my briefcase with me. I'm in a room with 10,000 people. First graders with finance, second graders, third graders, all the way up to those who getting money. We all in the room together.
Yeah.
And you want me to think about generational wealth before you goofy niggas teach me how to get wealth? Okay, maybe I'm the one who don't see it. That's all I'm saying, Malcolm. This is what goes around in my head movies as I'm sitting around. So, shame on Tyra Banks, but she knew what she was doing. She ate well.
Oh, yeah.
Off the spiritual carcasses of those who gave their energy and their hard work to keep pushing her further and further up the fucking pyramid.
And you know it's crazy because like I'm watching it again with 2026 eyes, right? So some of the winners and they're talking about I couldn't get on no shows. Like I got signed and then I heard nothing. I couldn't get on no shows. I missed the whole fashion season. I missed everything, right?
Yeah.
And then my thing, I was just like, just like, get somebody with a camera. Like you can do your own. Instagram didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like Instagram,
right?
YouTube, none of that existed. So when like she was literally a gatekeeper, like she was literally like
right.
And then again, as they mentioned in the show, they weren't getting any real looks. So she is just using you for this show. That is it.
That is it.
That is it. Like
there is no opportunities that lead out, because that's not the way the industry is structured. And she knows that because she know what she had to do to get in that position in the first place. I want to talk about that shit. Eva probably was the one that was, there's always an exception to the rule per se.
Because I think the one Eva beat, and don't judge me because I watched that season. The one that Eva beat, I think her name was Yaya. She's really successful as well, and I think she should have won that season. That shit's
okay. I don't watch that show, but I get it, right? That's you and wifey's bond time.
Listen, man.
Because me and wifey got a few shows where it's like, okay, so I get it. I get it. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chats, guys.
And for everybody who supports us with your membership, if you buy a shirt, we are 100% independent. I need you to grasp that. We don't have no product sponsors. It's just us and us. It's just us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we appreciate everybody who just give up something to help us do this and surviving off of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Real talk.
Quick shout out to Tashina Arnold and Said the Entertainer. They just wrapped their final season of 8 seasons. Goddamn, congrats.
Mama Dot and Eli watched all 8 seasons. They caught up and they being there hilarious, laughing their asses off. So shout out Tashina, everybody on that show, because 8 years on TV is monumental shit.
Yeah. Like you don't think about how hard it is, especially now with TV, like network television, because everything is Netflix and everything is streaming and things like that. So to do that, hats off. That is fire. Her daughter's actually in the new reboot of A Different World.
Oh, okay. Shout that out.
Yes.
Her name is Aliyah, right? Elijah, sort of like Elijah, but Elijah. I'm waiting for her and her daughter to start their podcast, that mama and daughter podcast, because their chemistry is off the hook. And I think people would watch and it would be amazing. So, and I'm going to keep it a beam with you. My girl Tashina, you can't say nothing about her. I don't give a fuck. Look, we got the tape, nigga. That ain't her. I'll look down at the tape with it, every bone in my body and be like,
Nope.
that ain't Tashina. I can see where you could think that. Nah, that's not her. We heard her say it. Nah, that's AI, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's the only person I'm rocking with, nigga. You ain't gonna tell me shit. My confirmation bias is on 100,000 trillion.
Yeah, you can make
You
all the
say something about
expose
my
video
girl.
you want about us being bored. We are.
Yeah. Oh, we're bought.
Yeah.
We're bought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You cool. Don't fuck with my girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna keep it a bean on this show all the time. All right, now.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urbanex.
Yo, I just heard about. I don't know where I've been, and I apologize for being out the loop, but I didn't know that there was a blockade happening on the coast of Cuba right now.
Oh, I didn't know.
And yeah, if there is a blockade. They have not been able to get any fuel, so there is rolling blackouts. They have no fuel. They have no energy. They are people are suspecting that famine is about to set in. People about to starve. Yeah.
And who's blocking
Trump.
this?
Trump.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not know this. I did not know this was going on. Apparently, Russia tried to give some fuel. They tried to send them some resources in the guise of being humanitarians.
Right.
And then U.S. forces boarded that ship and said, not over here. So
I gotta
they
get
went
Omar
into-
in
and it-
here. Figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I had no idea this was going on. And apparently, because of Cuba's
Oh, they said
infrastructure,
Omar
they
talked
have-
about it. Okay, cool.
See, I got to get with Oba, yeah. And because apparently the oil refineries on Cuba, on the island, are not really up to date, as it will say. It will take a really long time to kind of get the island back up to where they need to be. So apparently, it's like really, really bad over there, and I had no idea.
Shout out Knowledge Born. Appreciate you, King. I didn't know about that, and I gotta get it. I gotta speak to Oba because he's gonna give it to me raw on what's really going on. Because the shit might be a spiritual war. Could be something totally on the surface looks like one thing, and it's something else. Yeah.
So
we need to pay attention to that.
hit the button.
What's
you haven't hit the
Oba's
button all
page
day.
on YouTube? I'm not sure Oba has a YouTube page. I know he's Obadima.
On Instagram.
Obadima Productions on YouTube. I know on Instagram.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urbanex.
What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. So, a little update in the Uncle Nearest situation with Fawn Weaver. I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was really interesting. So, apparently, if you guys have not been up on this situation, that company has been taken over by what they call a receiver, and that's somebody that the judge puts in place to actually run the business. He put out a form about all of his findings about the business. He said the business is in bad shape. However, I think it can be good. I think we can sell some things. I think we can make some money. I think we're in a good shape to pay off our loan because their financer, they are calling for a loan for $100 million, and they're saying that Uncle Nearest doesn't have the they don't have the money to pay it back. They don't have enough barrels of whiskey to sell to even pay that back. So that's why they're getting sued. And that's why the receiver was put in place. So now, once the receiver put all their findings out there, and he said, it's looking kind of good, Fawn Weaver and her team, her lawyers, went to the judge and said, okay, stop this receivership because he said we're doing good. And he said we're all right. So then they the receiver went back and said, forget all that. They're actually doing worse than what I thought.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's and then now the receiver is also saying the relationship that I thought me and the Weavers had, it clearly isn't that good either. So now I don't even want to talk to them directly. I need my lawyer to talk to their lawyer. So I said all of that to say this entire situation felt like sabotage to me, right? And this is why I felt like sabotage, because the person who was in charge of the finances, who got that $100 million loan, and then the fact that the financial company gave them that money, and then all of a sudden do your due diligence after the fact and say they don't got enough barrels, or they lied about how many barrels that they had. Now we're suing, and then they were able to successfully get the company taken away from them, essentially. That feels like sabotage to me. That feels like they knew that this was a financial move that we can pull to not outright, not like it's not a hostile takeover of the business. We can go around, go around you guys to take over that business. And I remember when this was first announced, Obas said that the Jack Daniels family, or that creek where they make that whiskey, is drying up, so they need this one. That's the only reason they gave her this business.
He did say that.
They're taking it right from under her. It feels like sabotage to me. It does.
Okay.
It does.
I like your take on that, Malcolm, because your take is clean, it's honest, it's a great observation. That's not what I see. I see what I always see. Sometimes we bite off more than we can chew, right? And the more our business expands, we lose our bearings. Right? Same thing with the chick who was selling the pussy burgers. What was the name of that shit? The ass burgers.
Slutty vegan. What the
Slutty
hell
vegan.
is your problem?
Slutty vegan. Ass burgers, slutty vegan, pussy burgers. All right, okay, you know what I mean.
Jesus
I know every time
Christ.
I went in there, they was like, we got a virgin.
It was annoying.
It was fucking annoying. Would you like sloppy toppy? Bitch, where am I? On 42nd Street in the 80s? I get a, would you like a happy ending with that? Bitch, this conversation.
We went outside.
Yeah, we went the fuck outside and waited for our food. What if I would have had my grandson with me and you saying all kind of inappropriate shit? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. Her love and passion for what she was doing, right? And the obvious thing to do, especially if you following the social media, you got to get bigger and better, and you got to expand. Sometimes expansion ain't good. You keep it where you can control it and you can see it. What's wrong with making $1 million a year? Why you got to make $50 million a year, right? And the more money you make, the bigger your company goes, the less you are in control of what's coming in, what's going out. They know this. These jaywalkers are masters at numbers, manipulations, weird contracts, all of that. Shit that if you reach a certain point, you didn't know that once you hit this, now we take over that. That's what they do. And so I was happy that a sister was taking over, the legacy of Uncle Nearest, right? But when you start expanding too fast, and everybody around you has to be smarter than you are, but they gotta be, their loyalty has to be to you. Side note, Malcolm, this may or may not mean something. Every time I look into her eyes, she looks evil to me.
Oh my God.
Look, you seen that shit she did to her classmate, right? So-called classmate, where he ran up on her, and he was honestly like, hey, remember me? We went to school, Now, I don't know about you. I don't remember all of my classmates, just the popular ones, right? But she could have went about it like, no, what grade? Boom. She dusted this nigga off and embarrassed him in front of the other people that was there. I didn't think that was cool. But I want you to go get it. Look at this picture of her right now. Blow it up The eyes never lie. She looks evil to me. She looks sinister to me. They don't look like a lot of love and care in her eyes. Now, that just could be me, but I'm just simply saying. So that's what I think is going on. You saw, not to switch the subject, your man, the comedian, the woman who talked like this, Tracy Morgan, ran up, one of his homies ran up on him.
Well, he said it was a bully. Or
Yeah, he was a bully. So that's a different situation. I'm getting ready to differentiate. That's different. This dude is a bully. Tracy Morgan recognized him right away and said, "Oh, I know you ain't coming back around." And the dude tried to use the magic words. "Yo, I'm homeless." I would have said exactly what Tracy said. Nigga, I wouldn't give a fuck what's going on in your life after you did that shit to me and humiliated me in my childhood. Or he could have been on some real humanitarian shit and be like, "I will, put you up in a room for the night." And but just saying. Two different ways to handle a situation. One, I think he deserved it. Now, maybe she knew this kid and he did the same thing to her and she had her opportunity to, because I have in my life a few girls from the 4th grade who, when I blow up, I'm gonna, I'm coming for them, right? Because every time I came around them and try to tell jokes and shit, they would go, "First of all, Dwayne, you smell bad, okay? We know you only have 2 pair of pants and 3 shirts, and you keep trying to rotate them, and we know." And I start trying to distract them. I go to my go-to and boogie and moonwalk my ass away from them and shit. But I remember Selena, Taji, Margaret, when I blow up and y'all come on the red carpet, I'ma act like I don't know y'all. I know everybody saying, "Nigga, you 60. Like, when the fuck are you gonna blow up?" It don't matter. I could be 85 and hit the lotto. And I'm going to get on camera and talk about Margaret, Selena, Taji, and them treating me bad in the 4th grade because I smelled like pee and had 2 pair of pants. War! Anywho.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Have you guys been seeing these teen takeovers? I don't know if they're happening in every other state, but I know in the Bronx, I saw it at Bay Plaza. I saw them planning one at Target. I saw them. I blame the parents. Bro.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But it's see, remember, if you was a lock key kid, you couldn't communicate with your man until you actually came outside back in the day. Yeah. And then you would have to walk up the block and get your other man and see if he could come out. But you would never amass 100 or 200 friends to go anywhere to do anything. Yeah, now, with the click of a button, people show up.
And kids are not afraid of their parents.
That too.
I think that is like the underlying thing here. They're not afraid of their parents. They're not afraid of authority to the point where they could do this, just wild out, throw chairs through windows, and then go home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and then like nothing happens, and we're gonna talk about it the next day, and then I don't know, man.
And then now the parents will go,
old.
"Not my child."
Old, I feel old.
Not my child. Yeah, your child too. He the one who threw the fucking chair through the window. And so we have the ability now. Imagine they turn that into something positive. Imagine they said, "We're going for a peaceful protest about the education system, which Bangdani and them are trying to," right? And so now you move the energy to something more productive. I'm not gonna say marching per se is productive, and that ties back into Jessie Jacson and and we shall overcome and shit and all that. Not saying that. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
How do you use this energy for something positive when the mob mentality is what's going on? And now they're talking about migrating to other malls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the police are getting some intel, but it's going to take, you know what it's going to take? One of them kids are going to wild out. The police are going to shoot one of them goddamn kids. And then all of you parents now are going to be in a fucking uproar that your child, Ben Crump, is going to show up. Speaking about Jessie Jacson, they from the same fraternity. He going to show up, and there's going to be, this is an unjust situation.
Yeah.
Victim consciousness. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
You're right. Did we talk about that kid that got killed? We did. By the McDonald's.
That was very sad.
Bro.
And that one touched me because when I saw the father, and he was crying like a baby, man, on what happened to his son who got shot in the fucking back. It just, you know what I mean? And I felt that.
I was talking to Avery about this the other day because I on TikTok, I'm seeing a story, then I'm seeing like his classmates in the comments. And I'm like, yo, it's just a story to everybody else. But those kids that are in that school, they are like legit living with that. I was in high school my junior year. One of my teammates passed away.
I remember.
That was carbon monoxide, my man Kyle. And my senior year, my man Londell got killed. And the feeling of just being like, yo, he was sitting right here yesterday. He's not here.
Yes.
It's really unexplainable. Like, I really can't like explain like what that was like. And then I went to old boys school and we were close. Like everybody was just kind of like, we were a small class. So that was rough. So I can only imagine what those kids are going through. And condolences.
And like I said, his pops, man, said it all for me. Cause that's just not, something you want to hear. And shot in the back is an indication he was trying to get away like everybody else. Just a bunch of kids. And from what I understand, the first group of kids was just hanging out. Another group showed up. And let me tell you, when you got a gun on you, you feel empowered, Malcolm. You feel like, and you don't realize you're drawing hostile energy towards you because you have hostile energy. And I'm talking from experience of saying, I wish a nigga would. Any other time, your peace, brother, this, that, with this gun on you, especially the way society looks at it, and you got this gun, you ready to let this thing off. You don't just have the gun in the tuck. That's when you get older. You don't even bring the gun out. But when you young, it's just like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so in the mindset of these young kids, I'm looking for the smoke with the gun on me. I told you in high school, you couldn't even go to the bathroom. We all was packing and we was showing our shit. You couldn't even go to the fucking bathroom unless you got permission. I don't know why we did it, but if we didn't know you needed permission to go pee, nigga. We in here rolling blunts with fucking guns. You know what I mean? And so, I get it. I really, really do.
But so that situation, and going back to this mall situation, the concept of consequences does not mean a thing anymore. Like, they don't understand, like, if I do this, there's a very real possibility. Somebody can die or I can go to jail for and that does not, like, it's a certain like level that it doesn't kind of hit. I'm scared of people like that.
Yes. And
like when they just don't think past like a step.
Right. They thinking about the very next step in front of them. That's it. And that comes with wisdom too. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You knocking these shorties down when you young. You're not thinking about kids. You ain't thinking about, sexually transmitted. You just thinking, hit. She nice, fatty, I'm a hit. Right? When you get older and wiser, you think past that. Do I need this headache? Who is this? Am I, same thing with the consequences of things you do. You start going, and like they say in some of the memes, go stand in your bathroom, which is like a 6x10 or something, all day and ask yourself if you want this to be your life from now on. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think parents, when they got these rough teenagers, just put them in the bathroom. And what you do is lock their asses in there and say, you're doing a day. I'm gonna slide some food into. I want you to grasp the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's a fact. That is a fact. Somebody said it's dopamine abuse. You're right. Like that's a real thing. Like these human beings, like we're getting shorted out on dopamine because it's just like so right there, and we're legit just not considering like where this can go, and it's really, really sad.
Yep.
But yeah, that's
so Mal,
that was
we're gonna take one more commercial break.
Okay.
And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna rock out. It's a very short one.
All right. Get your questions ready.
Yep. Our membership is better than yours. I guarantee it. Let me tell you why my membership is better than yours. How you get them Patreon memberships, they charge you $5, and then they have an upscale and they charge you $10, and then for 2 more videos, they charge you $25, and then to have your name mentioned in a video, blah, 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 they charge you $40. And it's the same content over and over. That's not what our membership is about. Our membership is about community. You want to learn about mushrooms, the medicinal, and the psychedelic aspect? Well, Darren LeBaron, the fun guy, get it? Fun guy has some courses inside for you to study. You want to change your eating habits and try to be more healthy? Well, our sister, Abundance Child, is going to teach you some vegetarian options. See, this is not just about us. You want to learn about spirituality. Our brother Oba is going to show you the basics all the way to advanced classes dealing with spirituality with a glass of water and a candle, and it just goes on and on and on. You want to learn about geometria to see how the system of all of this craziness is working and the numbers and how they all come together. Our brother Ani Asuru takes you through those paths. We give it all to you. We have a morning meetup every Sunday at 11 where the community comes together, and all we do is teach and help each other get through so many issues. You want to learn how to print t-shirts? You want to learn how to publish books? You want to learn how to run a membership? Well, me, Malcom, and Mama Dot have a full, extensive course, step by step, to teach you how to do all of these things for $10. $10. That's it. There's no, you can cancel anytime. There's no upscaling. It's $10. How about classic lectures from the Black Dot? It's in there. 20 years of lectures. Me traveling the country with award-winning Hall of Fame rock and roll member Professor Griff going through. How about classes? I got some hip-hop decoded classes. Dot, you need to be teaching classes. Well, it's in the membership. We have tons and tons of stuff. We have exclusives where me and Malcolm go through many interviews. We give it all up. Did I say how much the price was? $10. All right, you can cancel at any given time. This is what we're talking about in our membership. And this is why our membership is better than yours. I guarantee it. Click the link below, sign up, and let's get busy. Peace. I'm out of here. And we're back.
Our membership is better than yours.
Our membership is better than yours. It's just a fact. All right? And for $10, you get in there and you get to see what it is that we do other than this. Last week, I debuted my first episode of Somebody's Gotta Say It. I had did some episodes before, but I wanted to change the vibe. What's so funny, Malcolm?
I was about to say, you definitely have other videos of that.
Yeah, but not in this capacity,
yeah,
right?
Yes.
I wanted to come on, be loose, be relaxed, take some of the recycled stories, the ones that Malcolm say, that ain't true, Dad. On my show, it don't matter. Because it might be true. You know what I mean? And we get to explore the opportunities and stuff like that. I got the cards going now. I am now a card guru. I might come out with my turban on next time. And I'm doing card readings of my own and building up my clientele. Get this thing popping. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what I'm talking about, man.
All right, so somebody's got to say it. Members only. I let that one go for free. Give you a little taste. The next one and everyone after will be in our membership. Last thing I'm going to say is check your emails. That's all I'm going to say.
That's it.
Please move us out of the spam. Check your spam and your junk email. All right? Yeah. All right, Malcolm, let's go for it.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urbanex.
So, New York is no longer doing trans affirmative surgeries for underage kids. There's a button.
I did. Oh, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
So you mean to tell me kids who can't vote, who can't drive, who can't sign up for the military, but were able to go in and have their organs removed or juxtaposed, they're no longer going to do that for kids?
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. How about that?
Right.
What were we thinking, man?
We're
going to look back at this time, Malcolm, and go, what the hell were we thinking?
Like real common sense. So you would think it's common sense stuff was clearly not so common. And I remember the argument was, well, you're putting your child in danger if you don't let them do this because they're gonna hurt themselves. And that was they were trying to guilt trip parents into like letting this happen. But I'm glad somebody somewhere just, their frontal lobe, kind of, kicked in and said, this is stupid. This is not really a wise thing. And again, if you are on the internet, you'll see there's a really big community of people who regret what they did as children, what they did to their bodies as children before they kind of matured. And it's a real thing. I'm 32. I'll be 33 this year. And it literally felt like a part of my brain, like, I don't know what clicked. It's like something clicked.
Yeah.
It feels like I finally just kind of understand life a lot more now. I'm just like, yo, what the hell was I thinking 3 years ago, 4 years ago? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you can't only imagine what teenagers are going through. And then for you to let them make a permanent decision like that.
That's the word, permanent. See, as long as, because you get the kids who are bi-curious, tri-curious, and all of this stuff when they're young, a lot of them are not even really so-called gay, right?
Yeah.
So for instance, Malcolm, and this is like a dad joke, but what do you call, by definition, the LGBT and Q community? There is no straight answer.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. No, but remember, I said a lot of people who identify as, a lot of the teenagers who identify as like non-binary or this, that, like, if it's not like a full-on like gay, they're doing it out of their own rebellion. That's that generation's rebellion.
I agree.
Right?
Now,
that's them wanting to be different somehow. That's them saying, I am just other.
I'm finding my place.
Yes, every generation has had it.
Every generation, like when the pop rockers and the goth and even hip hop at one point.
Yes.
Where you scratching the records and all this loud shit y'all doing and bell-bottom pants and fucking Gumby haircuts and shit. That was our way of rebelling. And the more and more we are allowing the jaywalkers to control the hard drive. Here we go. The hard drive of your reality, right? There are programs running all the time. These motherfuckers controlling the hard drive, and so they dictate what is in the stream of consciousness and what is not. And they keep introducing weirder and weirder shit to where kids, adjust to that and create all of these alphabets, and you was either gay or you wasn't. And that was good. And now this thing is opened up to whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we are sending in a virus killer now in our consciousness. People are waking up. And so we're going to clean up. And I'm not taking shots at those who truly live that life and feel that this is the, albeit, I told you my entire family is filled with gay people, right?
You're probably an adult, but you're probably an adult. Like, you're not a child.
Right.
Who's making you know what I'm saying? Like
not only that, there's no agendas. They going, Dwayne, this is who I am. And I go, I love you since we was kids. That's who you are. That's great. They never hit me with a brochure. Like, Dwayne, have you ever, we're just going around and we giving out the gay brochure. Find out where you are. Yeah. And we'll be back on Tuesday to discuss this with you. No. They're doing them.
Right.
Yes?
Yep.
And so, with that being said, a lot of it is rebellious, though. And they want to be able to go, that was in my childhood. A lot of these women who are good Christian women now were freaks back in the day, right? Like, everybody got to turn on that knob, right? But then something magical happened. They found God. And then they cleaned themselves up. And, like I was watching some more. Shout out to some more. She's funny as shit. Netflix special. Some more is a 30-year veteran at this. And she knows how to work a crowd, pace a crowd, and she funny as shit. You know what I mean? And she was saying when the Freaknik documentary was coming out, she got nervous. Because she about 59 years old, 50, 60. No telling. And she said her and her boyfriend, he talking about, on Friday, we gonna sit down and we gonna watch the Freaknik. She said, no, nigga. On Wednesday, I'm gonna sit down and watch that shit first. And that will determine if by Friday we watching this motherfucker, right? Yeah. Because people were submitting footage from everywhere. That's called being young and rebellious, and we did some shit, and now we're older. But if you remove your organs or change some shit around, right, there's no undoing that. And then if you come out of that essence and you want to return back to who you are, it's a wrap.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. One more dad joke, Malcolm.
Where are you getting these from?
I got my source. Scientists were tired of watching the earth rotate the sun for 24 hours. So they just gave up and called it a day. Now that's a good one, Malcolm.
I'm tired of this.
Gotta admit, that's a good one.
I am tired of this.
All right.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
We got any more stories? Any questions from the chat? No questions from the chat.
Come on, man. We got some.
I saw the old guy from the Tendonism.
Now your chat is back up, Mama Dot.
No, it's down.
He got fired.
Yeah, Tenderism guy. And now they got a new person. See? These people get rid of you when they want to, man.
Crazy.
It's like the owner was jealous of all the shine that Mr. Tenderism was getting, and and put him out of business.
He could have legit. The owner of that restaurant could have legit just stayed in the back.
Staying in the back.
Never
stay in the
said
cut.
anything.
Let him get the shine. You get the money. He get the shine. You get the money. But in this day and time, people want to shine.
Yeah, they want to feel smarter than they want to feel smarter than they actually are.
Yes.
That's what it is. Especially in business. Like, you want to feel like this thing that you create or this business that you have was a lot more intricate than it was. You're selling barbecue food.
Yeah.
Like, that's
nigga, don't complicate it.
Don't complicate it.
You selling an experience, nigga.
Yeah.
Niggas get to go in, bust down some ribs. We get to look over, see the old man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Good question. Somebody asked thoughts on the Michael Jordan video. Did you watch that?
I did.
Okay.
Now, that ties back into the Jay-Z situation.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If you first saw that optically, it looked bad.
Yeah.
Why would Mike
be
cuffing a little shorty's ass?
Yeah.
And if you ran with that on emotion, as a lot of people did, I'll never see Michael Jordan the same. But the explanation just had me raise an eyebrow. During the celebration, they put ice down Lil Man's shirt. Like, they were selling. And when you really look at it, and he's doing like this, it looks like he's trying to lift his shirt up and get the ice out of Lil Man's shirt.
Yeah.
You follow?
Yeah.
But we are instantly looking to run these stories and go with them, because why, in your right mind, in front of everybody, would you do? That's the first thing that came to my mind. Now,
same. And I've never heard nothing like that about Michael Jordan, like even connected. Like, that made no sense to me.
Now, if they were in a private setting and it was just him and this little boy, and he was doing something like that, when ain't nobody around, I might go, but not in front of the world. That's not how this thing works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I refrained and watched. And then when I looked at it again, I kept saying, he not palming, pause. Shorty, he looked like he's dribbling or something, and so I didn't take it any further than that.
I was in agreement with that. That was one of the first time I saw the video. I was like, what the hell? And then I saw the video prior to that, and the dad's explanation. I said, all right.
Yeah.
Trump said that he's about to release. He said due to basically everybody being interested in UFO stuff, he's going to be releasing some information on UFOs. Is this the new thing with the White House now? Just with the government and just you guys?
I don't know, Malcolm.
We're just going to release some stuff on it.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Because what they're doing, this whole Epstein thing, is a part of a psyop. I gotta keep saying it.
It gotta be.
It's to drain you. You're gonna be so desensitized. If you are not in the streets right now looking to overthrow the government after it has basically been confirmed that they're eating babies and doing that wild shit, then all bets is off. They can do anything they want.
Yeah.
They can start shape-shifting in front of you niggas. And you niggas gonna take your camera out. I know you niggas. Yo, I'm with my man. Yo, this nigga's a lizard, son. Yo, check me out, son. That's what niggas is going to do.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we collectively, see, this is what I mean by you are God. If all of us collectively were in an outrage, the construct in which we operate within would have to be reverberating with that disgust, and something would have to be done. But they keep throwing it like a fucking pebble. They just they stopped throwing pebbles. They just threw all the rocks in at one time, Malcolm.
Yeah.
And now we going, wow, that shit is crazy. Yo, Black Tottenham was saying that shit 20 years ago, son. And I said, these niggas is wildin'. But here we are, right? I got some videos up on my Facebook page now from 15, 16 years ago. Malcolm, you in the crowd. You know what I mean? I make reference to you. I look young, a little bit more vibrant, but the message was the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been talking about this, but now there needs to be an outrage, and when there is none, you might as well have said, we have accepted that the people elite who lead us are different.
So,
and back to the title, the thumbnail of the exclusive, we are not like them.
There's also, I think, conditioning, societal wise, I don't know if that's a word, but conditioning has also played a part in this as well. Because if we are conditioned to just kind of care about ourselves, like, and that's what you're seeing.
Yes.
People think about themselves, right? They think about, I got to get mine. I got to make sure I got work in the morning. I got this. I got this. I got this. I could care less about that.
Yeah.
So now if, the Epstein files are released and all of this crazy stuff is happening, people going, I have a high bill that needs to be paid tomorrow. I need to figure out how I'm going to get this money.
Yes.
That kind of pales in comparison to how big this is. You get what I'm saying?
This is supposed to be, and I'm going to tell you, the generations that come behind us are going to be asking real fucking questions. Like, so what did y'all do? Like the same way we go to the civil rights people and go like, y'all just let them spray water on y'all and spit on y'all and shit and sick dogs on y'all and y'all ain't do shit? Yeah. Fuck that. That would have never been me, Grandpa. Right?
Yeah.
This is what my grandkids gonna be saying. So wait a minute, Grandpa. Like they told y'all they was doing all of this horrific stuff and y'all just put out the next episode of the podcast? Y'all just, next episode, just kept it moving. That's what y'all did. Wow, Grandpa. Right? And so this is where we are with it. Side note, Pop Smoke passed away today, 6 years ago today.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 years ago since Pop Smoke passed away.
Damn.
And the real question is how much of an impact would he had he still been alive? Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
You know? What kind of impact would he have?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
He's been 6 years is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Side note, Malcolm.
Yep.
The American Dentists Association is suing some reports that have now come out that said root canals are causing cancer.
Oh, yes, I believe that.
Okay? Now, remember, Brother Yaki, I believe was the first that I heard say that. And so just think about where all the nerves are. This is why when a nigga get a toothache, it's feel like the world gonna stop. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shit, if I get a toothache, I'm in bed for 2 days, nigga. 2 days straight, I'll try soup, ginger ale, all kind of shit, right? Because of all the nerve centers that are connected to it, and you're gonna put them out of business because niggas ain't gonna be going to get no root canals. Something to think about, Malcolm. Okay. Any questions? Thank you for the super chat.
Before we get up out of here,
let's get some questions.
Let me see. While you guys are waiting, while you guys are getting questions ready, what else we got? Oh, did you see about the mass shooting in Rhode Island? The guy who did it?
No.
She's a trans guy, right? But he's in a heterosexual relationship. He has kids. Yeah.
Okay, let me roll this around in my head movies.
Yeah, he's just in it for the love of the game. Like he not even.
He's trans.
Yeah.
But he got a bunch of kids.
Yeah. With a woman. Like he's
got a woman.
Yeah.
So is he the man or the woman in the relationship?
He is living his life. Well, I think they killed.
It, him, them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I even saw a report that this dude went and had a sex operation to remove his penis and then had the audacity to ask the doctor, where the fuck is his uterus? And the doctor was like,
That's a South Park episode. No way.
You did not have a uterus. We didn't insert a uterus and womb in your stomach, you dumbass. We just peeled your skin back. We cut your penis off.
All right.
Peeled your skin back.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us here. I'm
created a vessel.
This is the Black Dot.
All right, tune in to somebody's got to say it.
Like, share, and subscribe.
We'll get graphic with that shit.
Like, share, subscribe, join the membership. Visit shopurbanex.com. 28 for 28. Still Black History Month sale. You got another week. All right.
Yes.
For the people, check your emails.
Check your emails. Check your spam.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that being said, guys, peace.
Peace.